Weather's looking a lot better, and I've just been informed they've taken the tarp off the field. We are excited. We are ready to go. All it took was a closed-door meeting, and voila, they've won 5 of 6. It's like their mid-season slump never happened. Or so Thad Matta would like the NCAA Tournament Committee to believe. More football? Nope, that's not a Lions fan saying goodbye to Jim Schwartz. It's the final game at the Metrodome, and a pretty good one, too. Third quarter, Matthew Stafford hooking up with Reggie Bush, and look at Bush go! This year was especially difficult, and here's the reason. There's no snow on the field now, but there was a week ago. The Northview Wildcats played for a state championship today, and folks, they played for a long time. 7 overtimes in all. Well, at the very least, you have to love the confidence from Arizona State. I'll say this to them, best of luck. You're gonna need it. The coaches don't actually hate each other. In fact, come here. Let me tell you a secret. They're actually friends. Brad Ausmus picks up his first win as a manager. After the game, he didn't get too sentimental, but did say he would be keeping the scorecard. Done. Working on my bracket, and there it is. And that one was based on who I thought had the best mascot. Before Tom Brady's able to get his hands on a football at this year's Super Bowl, it's got to go through her.
The best part is this right here.
For over 40 years, Jane Helser's had her hand at making each and every ball used during the Super Bowl. Not bad for someone who's not even sure who's playing in the big game. Who are the quarterbacks in this year's Super Bowl? The 2 starting quarterbacks, you know?
Alex Smith. No, that one.
She may not know her football, but she knows her footballs. The same can be said for every employee at the Wilson Football Factory in Ada, Ohio. For 71 years, it's been the official home of the balls used by the NFL.
And a lot of people watch football, they watch the players, they watch this and that. But I think people here actually always keep their eye on the ball.
It's roughly a 25-step process to make the actual ball. Cowhide, not pigskin, is used. And yes, they're all U.S. raised. From there, each ball is stamped. Jane then sews the sides together. The next step is flipping the football inside out. They say it's the hardest step of them all, but I think I can prove them differently. I'm getting it. Am I getting it? No. Then they add what they call bladder to the ball.
Lace it shut, mold it, and it's ready to go.
They do this 4,000 times a day. And just like Jane says, they do it with pride.
I try to make all my work as good as I can.
Now that sounds like the stuff of a Super Bowl champion. Mike Lacett, T-Sports. It's a tradition. Unfortunately for Detroit, the recent tradition hasn't been pretty. 9 straight losses on Turkey Day. It's gotten as bad as my cooking. Another loss today wouldn't be good. Lions tied with Chicago for first in the NFC North, taking on the Packers. Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers. Injury to his left collarbone, still keeping him out. Second quarter, Packers catching the Lions by surprise. Matthew Stafford stripped Morgan Burnett, giving the Packers a 10-3 lead. Lions, though, would not fold. In fact, this game would turn quick. Third quarter, 7-point Detroit lead. Stafford to Calvin Johnson, 20-yard touchdown. Stafford, not perfect, 2 picks, but the 3 touchdowns made up for him. Lions up 24-10. Late in the third, defense stepping up. Ndamukong Suh. It's a safety. Lions score the last 37 points of the game. They snap a 2-game losing streak, 40-10, the final score. They've been playing hockey outside since the game was invented hundreds of years ago, but then this thing called the Winter Classic started in 2008. It was like they'd never seen it before. A phenomenon was created. 6 outdoor games in the NHL this year alone. That includes today's Winter Classic at the Big House, first ever NHL game at a college facility, Detroit and Toronto. Third period, Wings down a goal. Not anymore. Justin Abdelkader. We're going to overtime, then to a shootout. But there, Tyler Bozak beats Jimmy Howard in the deciding goal. 3-2, Wings lose. The first matchup this year was big. This one's even bigger. Michigan and Michigan State. Here we go again. And just like last time, first place in the Big Ten is on the line. Nick Stauskas and the 20th-ranked Wolverines won the first matchup back in January, trying to make it 2-for-2 against the 13th-ranked Spartans. First half, big problems, though. Adrian Payne scored that and the foul. Spartans led by as many as 11. They were up 2 at the half. Second half, Michigan down 5. Stauskas says enough of this. First the 3, then a minute later, he goes to the pull-up, and Stauskas would get the lucky roll. 7 straight from Nick, finished with 25. Michigan in control, final minutes, exclamation point. Stauskas to Glenn Robinson III, 79-70. Michigan wins. The Wolverines regain first place in the Big Ten. The eyes of 24-year-old Roshan Jones have seen far too much violence.
I grew up in West Toledo. You know, I grew up around a lot of gangs. I seen a fight. You know, one guy shot the guy that beat him up, and you know, everybody ran, and then his body was still there.
He was 10, but the memory of a man's body lying in the street was something he's never forgotten. It was then that he decided gang life wasn't for him.
I tried out for wrestling, you know, and I said I want to get into sports. I don't want to be in the streets.
He credits sports for saving his life. Roshan went to college, worked toward a business degree, and came out determined to help keep kids off the streets by introducing them to his passions, wrestling and boxing.
It's all about how many people that you can meet, how many families you can meet, and tell them like there's another way.
He had a plan, but he needed money. And while he had some of it, he didn't have all of it. So instead of opening up a gym right away, he decided to open up a different kind of business.
It took us about a good year to save up some more money. And, you know, we saved up enough money as we could, you know, bought a building, and then above the building, it was open space. So we said, you know what, this is where we can start our dream.
The Dream, Soul City, which he co-owns with his father, has now been open for 3 years. In that time, Jones estimates he's talked to almost 1,500 kids. One by one, he's making a difference.
1, 2, 3, Soul City!
What has Roshan told you about staying out of trouble?
Like stay off the streets, don't be close to no gangs and everything like that.
Been my coach, my brother, and he's a father figure.
In the past, Roshan Jones saw a lot of pain. Today, he's making sure these kids see something else. Mike Lacett, T-Sports.